This might be a bit segmented stream. I'll figure it out. It seems to have issues on YouTube still. Let me see. Thankfully, posted a link to the streams elsewhere. It should be doable. Always technical difficulties. Oh, YouTube does say it seems to be working at the moment. Beautiful. Everything seems to be a-okay. Just finish up the things I was actually doing before. I like YouTube so much. It always works so well. We were actually at the end of the thing. Alright. I think it is working. I do have a cat on my lap, so I can't really crochet, and I do need to check my dinner in a bit. And I might fall asleep early. So I am here. Look at me being here. And I would like to crochet. I'm probably gonna try to one-hand crochet a bit. But I need to check up on my dinner in a bit. Although I would like to put everything in. It's a mess in here. Alright. I am making this little friend, but big. So with thicker yarn, and I increase the pattern. This is the little test piece I got. I'm gonna figure out some embroidery on it. Don't really know where I put. Ow! Needle, don't pet things that have needles in them, or pins. These are all the leggies, as you can see. I made a body. He's very floofy. And I made a head. And I made my own pattern, or at least I edited the pattern in quite a lot of ways. I gave him a blue butt, because the thing has a blue butt. I made it turquoise first, and I didn't like it, so now it's the darkest light blue that I have, and I'm still not sure. Combination of colors is just kind of weird. Camera does a decent job. This is not black, this is dark brown, very pretty brown. But there's a lot of embroidery to do. But first I need to finish the leggies. Alright, fine, you lie down. I made the pattern called for 6 of them. I made 6, then I compared them to each other. And 2 were a lot longer than the other ones. And a lot squishier, so I just crocheted them a lot looser. I did embroider one. That one was actually just as long as the other ones. Sorry for the weird things. This one was fine. So I'm gonna finish embroidering that soon. This one was fine. I finished embroidering it. The embroidering process is not that hard, but the you end up with a lot of yarn tails, and that's a pain in the ass. But I have these. This one was actually fine as well. Although they do get a little bit longer. So these are fine. And this one is a bit long. The other one was even longer. I took it all apart and I actually ordered more yarn because I thought I couldn't reuse the yarn anymore, but it seems fine. But this is for a time specific project. It needs to be done on December the 5th. I prefer it to be done a week early. I have 2.5 weeks left. This is a yearly recurring event and I tend to overshoot my capabilities. And if my boyfriend finds out that I actually took this one apart, he's, well, not gonna murder me, but he's gonna be very disappointed. Even though he's just doing it for my own benefit. But I need to... He is currently not at home. Following course, but I need to finish this one before he gets home, just so he doesn't notice anything. I was surprised I could reuse the yarn. The brown one is very fluffy and actually works fine if you want to take it, want to frog it again. But this white one almost feels like rubber if you try to do anything weird with it. And got stuck on itself many a time. Pretty much every round has a bit of a bald spot, which is normal for fluffy yarn. Well, some bald spots are normal for fluffy yarn and it's quite hard to frog the stuff. But this one is particularly bad. That's why I have an extensive test piece, because I need to try out everything I am going to do first on that one, just so I don't have to frog this one. I do need to eat dinner in a bit. I need to check if it is done though. I don't know. I think I had 15 minutes on the oven left or something when I started streaming, so it should be done. But I just, when I set the time, I just gave it half an hour for good luck. To be honest, if I have my dinner, I probably can't keep crocheting because I made dinner that doesn't really work well. I made chicken legs out of the oven. I was wondering why the second ball of yarn had quite a bit left. Apparently I crocheted a lot looser the first ones, which is odd because I tend to crochet very tight. I actually made a new leg with or at least a new leg, a new foot, because I didn't think I'd be able to actually take this one apart even, because the yarn just didn't want to play nice. But thankfully I actually did manage to get it done today. But I would like to embroider some as well. Oh, my arms are getting painful. What's up, kitty butt? But I have some ideas for the embroidering, but I need to check out some stuff. I just want to finish this thing first. Hide my shame, you know. It's a kind of gift. It's a time-related thing that vaguely reminiscent of Secret Santa. It's a joke gift. It's supposed to be a joke gift. It's theoretically supposed to be something between a piñata and a Secret Santa gift. So a joke that is also a packaging. And it's not supposed to be kept, to be honest. But my family-in-law has a long-standing tradition of actually making pretty things, and since I am not good at I don't want to say low quality stuff, but just winging it and just making something for the hell of it. I usually also make something that lasts and that is actually pretty to look at or nice. Where was I going with this? And I have my brother-in-law. I need to make him something. And he usually makes people very pretty gifts. At some point I suggested to the family that they might rather just be making gifts instead of joke packaging thingies. And at first he said no, silly, but at some point he actually agreed with me. And he was the only one who actually agreed with me. Just making an actual proper gift for somebody instead of a joke packaging. I need to write a poem as well, but I'm just gonna get ChatGPT to write that for me, or at least part of it. I am bad at rhyming, so that is a whole lot of stress less for something that is a whole lot of less stress for something that is just added on and still carries the essence of what I want to say instead of the stupid thing I write down myself. Because if I do it myself, it's usually a giant mess. Do I need to fluff you up? No, you are decently fluffed, except for this part, weirdly enough. Thankfully, you can always refluff. Doesn't really work, just stomping on it, but you can always take some out as well. I don't want to finish the embroidery where I have this thing done. Yeah, today I am quite high strung. I am not used to that. On the other hand, it's quite nice for a change. Feels a bit better than just being tired all the time. Although I'm probably going to be tired all the time after this. This is a bit too much. Got him some leggies. Alright. Feels not really evenly spaced out. That's a bit better. I can always move it around a little bit. Now I'm still going strong. I'm gonna try to finish this one before I actually get to dinner, or at least finish this one as far as it doesn't show that it's been taken apart. So no ball of yarn attached or small enough that I can actually hide it. Fortunately, you do get these things where there's less floof around the yarn, but that's what you get. You usually disappear in between all the rest of the floof while you work it up, but it tends to be a bit harder to work with. Alright, first one. Which round are we on? Not even vaguely close. I did time check. Check how long I took for each round. And it was about a minute to a minute and a half. So should be able to have at least a decent amount of rounds in 15 minutes, but I'm noticing I need to turn off the heater as well. I turn it on and the thermostat off, or at least the heater in the living room off, just so it will keep going for a little while, but usually there's a bit of heat that drifts to the living room, so the thermostat gets happy, whatever you want to call it. Sorry, I'm tired. But apparently now it doesn't. It does not seem to turn off, which makes this place quite nice and warm, but it's also not very well isolated, so it's a bit of a shame if I heat it up too much in here. Come on, you can do it. Yes, thank you. Alright, there we go. Might need to switch out the yarn for the leftover bit at some point. And this one is also too long, so I'm still debating on remaking that one. But I will probably not get around to it anyway, so see how this works out, and then we shall see. I have an entire day tomorrow as well, so I should be getting more yarn too. I should be able to remake any missing bits or bits I did not agree with. And then I can embroider the leggies if I feel like it. Though that didn't give me a lot of fluff. Make sure to defluff. How long is this thing? What time is it? Alright. Let's finish this one. Or hide it. I could also hide it. I just don't want him disappointed. Because I'm not gonna finish it before I actually get dinner. Because I need to eat, although I'm not that hungry. I ate something when I got home anyway. I could get my dinner and just eat the easy bits. Sorry, itchy nose. Yeah, it's still not really helping much. Alright. Although I should be able to finish it in a decent amount of time. I can just hide the rest. Let's see. Alright, I will be right back. I'm gonna get my dinner and I am going to turn down the heat in this place, to be honest. And kick off the cat. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Dinner has not particularly succeeded that well, but that's what you get. I was hoping for it to be a bit more crunchy, but it is just generally moist. So that's what it is. I do need to make a bit more space, otherwise it's gonna be all over the place. Let me put thing to the side, thing to the side to make a giant mess. Fine, you stay there. I'll figure out something else. So I brought mayonnaise, but I'm not really sure if I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna try to keep crocheting. And some salt in case I didn't make things salty enough. Alright, I have a buffer of not important stuff here. Let's see how I made some sweet potatoes, how they are. Yeah, it tastes good, they're just not crunchy. Alright, too bad. Our oven doesn't really get warm enough to properly bake stuff. Just warms it up a bit. Well, we don't really have space for a proper oven, so that's what you get. It works with things like chicken and stuff. If I bake an apple pie, I need to put it about twice as long in the oven as it's supposed to. And if I just turn up the heat, even though it doesn't really go up that high, stuff burns. And the edges tend to burn and the insides tend to not be done yet. So that's not really working. Thankfully the chicken seems fine. It might be a bit dry, but that's my that's just the way I work. Oh, sorry for. I'm probably gonna crochet right here on my lap. I do apologize for the lack of visual entertainment, except for dinner. See how the chicken's gonna do. Should have brought a knife. Even though it's not really necessary, it would be nice to have two implements. Chicken skin is nice and crispy, just the way I like it. Sweet potatoes falling apart, just the way I don't like it. What can you do? Chicken is a bit spicy, actually. Not used to that. Funny thing is, it took more time to take this thing apart than it is gonna be to crochet it again. It was a pain. Come on, single implement, you can do it. Mayonnaise. also have a glass of water. It's always a good thing to have at hand. Nowadays I put the broccoli in the microwave because it's easier to do. I used to pre-cook stuff or not at all. Flavor's still nice. Not really mayonnaise worthy though. Just moist. Moist sweet potato. Oh well. That works too. Bringing the mayo to the sweet potatoes instead of the other way around. Let's finish up one more round. Turned down the heat, but apparently the radiators didn't get the message yet. Another stitch or no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, that's fine. I still have 2.5 weeks before I need to finish this thing, but I do need to add some other bits and bobs like the poem, and I need something to hide the actual multiple gifts in, because I'm not gonna do it in my pretty gift because it's a bit of a shame. The thing needs stuffing, so if I'm not gonna, if I take something out afterwards, it's not gonna be properly stuffed. Sweet potato does make pretty oil. The chicken gave me quite a nice amount of fat, and sweet potato turned it nice and orange. I might leave my leftover bits of chicken. I usually can't be bothered actually taking all of it off the bone. I just like chicken legs, I think they're called, because they're fairly easy to cook. And they have a nice and handy dandy portion size. I've been listening to Terraria playthroughs for quite some time. And now I have the Terraria music in a loop in the back of my head. As if I'm listening to it all the time. Which is weird, but okay. I know I'm not there yet, but I wanna count the rows though. Shouldn't, I should just keep crocheting because I know I'm not there yet. Not by a long shot. Look at the little lady. I might need to check on something as well. Yeah, I might need to check on the cats in 5 minutes or so. They get their dinner from the auto feeder. They used to get it at 9, and we live vaguely near a church. So every time they heard they used to get it at their dinner at the whole hour. But every hour in between, when they heard the church bells ring, they thought I got food. So we decided not to have that much of a Pavlovian reaction to church, or to the clock. Just a sec. Be right back. Alright, I am back. My boyfriend just got home. He was at the welding course he has been doing lately. And I had to hear how his day was because I haven't seen him for the entire day. Unfortunately, now I'm not hungry anymore. So might just save this for lunch tomorrow. We'll see. Just a quick sec. That was not as noisy as it. Alright. I will put that back in the kitchen in a bit, but for now I think it's fine to keep going. Where did I put the thing? The empty leg is here. And the leggy leg is here. Oh, that's where I put it. Alright. Alright, there we go. Let's see. I am almost there. Just need to be careful not to squish any of these in the goop. In the food goop. Let's get the camera a bit closer. I'm actually properly seated at my desk now. Last time I had quite a nice chat with someone from the Discord. From someone else's Discord. Sorry, sentences are complicated things. I watch a few YouTube channels mainly, and I am a member of a few Discords of theirs. And I have been visiting the Complicated Knots Discord quite a bit lately. I'm also promoting myself a little bit there when I start streaming. And yeah, there are quite a few familiar faces, but last week somebody showed up and that was quite a lot of fun because I've been streaming alone most of the time. I did have another girl visit my last stream as well. That was the person I thought was a bot, to be honest. I had her in the chat a little while ago as well, and she only talked about one thing and almost seemed to be promoting it. So at the end of the stream, I actually felt kind of silly thinking it was a real person because she was only ever promoting stuff. I don't want to talk about it. But last time she showed up as well, and I actually had a decent chat with her, so that was not a very advanced text-to-speech, speech-to-text text recognition in combination with a bot. It was actually a real person, but she didn't like that she couldn't talk about the thing that she wanted to talk about because I did not want to hear about it, and that was the only thing she was pretty much interested in. So that when she didn't want to stay, makes sense to me. Don't want my stuff, please leave. I am not going to cater to everybody. Where's the first stitch? There's the first stitch. Awesome. and right when she left last time, the person from the Complicated Mods Discord showed up, which was very nice. I had a nice chat. I was planning to go to bed in time, but I didn't. But that has been an issue lately anyway. Every time I go to bed, either I plan to go to bed on time and then I just end up not, or I go to bed in time but just keep crocheting in bed or playing Terraria on the Switch at the moment. And staying up too late because I'm not tired. Which is odd because I'm tired most days. But apparently not tired enough. It's a seasonal affective disorder for you. That's what you get. I do need to check my messages in a sec because I asked somebody something. And I should check up on if I have a... Ooh, that's not a good stitch. Ooh, this is not a good stitch. Alright, come on. Alright, this is one of those bits that happens with fluffy yarn. And sometimes it helps if you just pull them back to the center again, and sometimes it doesn't, and you just have to hope for the best. As long as you don't pull it too tight, and the stitches it needs to, at least the stitches it needs to go through, keep it quite loose, work it through, then it should be fine. Yeah, there we go. And all the holes that lack of floof has caused will be filled up by more floof. Although this is quite a pain at the moment because it's in a very inconvenient spot. Because I need to be able to tighten it, and it doesn't really want to do that if it has no floof. It gets stuck. We can help it, and a bit too loose is not that much of a problem, but it is a bit of pain. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Perfect, or at least maybe even too tight, but rather too tight than too loose, because then we get the same issue we had before. Alright, how far are we? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Alright, we have 6 more to go. And then I actually need to compare stuff, because I do need to know if I need to redo the other one, which I'm hoping I can actually get over. Not be bothered. Just a little bit more. I'm also going to take missives. Because the chat I asked something on. Because it's a group chat. Wow, I have not looked at. Oh, jeez. Not like it's not busy enough with the coming holiday season. People wanting to plan everything and stuff. I don't know. I think this might be the last fluff that I had to put in here. I did fill it up quite sturdy, more than I usually would, because it's easier to take some out than to put more back in. Might have some left over somewhere, but I don't think I do. All right. So 6 more rounds to go, this is one of those 6. Hopefully I have fairly clean hands. I didn't wash them, but I also didn't really use them while eating. I think I'm gonna leave the tail on, no matter how much I have left, just in case I feel like it is needed. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, there we go. I'm surprised I actually managed to frog the entire thing. It was a pain, and I'm also surprised that it actually managed to. That it is actually possible to reuse the yarn again, because I didn't think it'd be able to. Which is a shame, but you know how it goes. If you have an idea in mind and reality doesn't prove. Reality does not work out, then this leg actually seems too short. If it's, I could extend it a little bit. If you pull on it, it's fine, but it was way too long and way too wide, so it had to happen, I guess. I'm quite curious if I can actually put them side to side. I also need to try to figure out something to do with the embroidery, because I'm not really decided on that one yet. It has become a lot more hairy than it used to be. What time is it? Oh, it's actually quite early. Alright. So I just calculated that I still have 2.5 weeks left. Of those 2.5 weeks, most weeks are fairly normal. Next week is kind of busy. Let me check my schedule. I actually made an overview. Or Yeah, next week is kind of busy. This week is somewhat busy, but not too busy. I'm gonna finally gonna meet, well, finally, I'm gonna meet the new help tomorrow. My previous one quit, which is a shame, because she was nice. It's not for housekeeping, it's just for getting my shit in order. Basically, not drowning in the things I need to do, but instead just doing them. That's what it came down to. But I have trouble with the whole executive functioning thing sometimes. Sometimes it's fine. That's the whole problem. It's not all the time. Don't really know when stuff happens and when it doesn't. But sometimes I get stuck on. Well, sometimes I have trouble starting things, and if those things are the one thing you need to do in a day, and that happens a couple more times, it is usually a pain. And once you are behind, it is kind of hard to keep up. To be honest, I never had to keep up with housekeeping before I had this house. Yeah, makes sense, of course. But I used to live with my parents, and I never really had to do anything in the house. I lived with my mom. Long story. But I never had to help with the chores, ever. So I had no idea how it worked. So when I actually managed to get my own place, I also got somebody who helped me with setting that stuff up. Because I do actually like a clean house. Although I'm not by any means a perfectionist in that regard, but I do like having the place clean. But actually planning that and doing that and what needs to be done and how often and how to efficiently do it, that was not a thing that I had learned growing up. And so we set that up, and it actually went quite well for quite some time because I was very happy to learn. But at some point, of course, everything you do often enough gets boring, but ADD makes it so it is actually a lot harder to start. It's crappy. And I also felt like it took up too much time, but I don't do things half-seas, so it was either all or nothing. So I couldn't really do it quicker, basically. So I just skipped it every so often. It's just the things that could be skipped. I mean, cleaning dishes needs to get done. But you can postpone it, but it gets a lot worse a lot faster. But you can skip. Vacuum once. I mean, we have cats, so it's not going to get any dirtier. And the moment I vacuum, it's 5 minutes later, there's clumps of hair everywhere again, because somehow they just appear. And so skipping that, especially in summer, because I had a lot of yard work to do. And whenever I did that, I was done late and tired and always made a muddy mess in the living room. So sometimes I just skipped that instead of did yard work instead of clean work, and then figured I'd do the rest the next day. but it has gotten worse and worse over the years, and it has something to do with trying to do it faster as well, so not do it as well, but that still makes it hard to start, because if I start a project I usually try to give it my all and enjoy the benefits. Alright, let's see how we do. Let's see if I have a safety pin close by. Where did I put my other stuff? Oh, here it is. Never mind. I have a lot of safety pins nearby, but none that I can actually spare. Alright, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright, I think we might be there. Let's check again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, the house is making weird noises. Yeah, whatever. 1, 2. Why is it so fluffy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9? Nope, dragon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. A bit more uneven. Kind of interesting though. Can vaguely see the difference, but it's not going to show up. Alright, let's take another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I might have made too many. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, perfect. Perfect timing. There we go. Alright. Let us compare. Because I have not compared yet. I can't really compare these, but I can compare the other ones. So let's go get them. Thinking of doing the surface crochet in bed, but I don't think I can. Because it gives a lot of flukes. Alright, that is much better. Oh my lord. That's not good. This one is worse. Now, alright, let's see how flexible we are. Because I think I stuffed it too much, but that's okay. We can deal with too much stuffing. Yeah, I stuffed it A bit too much. Let's fill the stuffing up. Seems fine. All the little bits of yellow fluff go everywhere. Which one is best? I think this one's the best to compare it to. There's a lot of stuffing here. Oh. Yeah, and one of those yellow fluff everywhere. Stuffed thing with leftover yellow fluff. Pretty much all of it. So that's apparently here somewhere. That's fine. That is fine. It's a bit too stuffed, but let's keep that piece here, I think. I don't know if this is a good way to even out stuffing though. I feel like it might not be too beneficial. Might help clumping up of stuffing. Could make a video series of making this thing. Oh, I don't think it's that interesting. It's more thinking of my brother-in-law might see these videos at some point. I don't know. I haven't said anything bad, so that's probably fine. Still a bit overstuffed. Push this stuff to the top. Now it might be a bit understuffed. Probably better than overstuffed because it does need to be a bit flexible. You stay in there, sir. You little floofies. Yeah, it feels a bit overstuffed still. Just on the whole. I woke up I just said it, but I woke up this morning actually having some energy, and I am worried it's gonna backfire because I never have energy. But I decided to use it. I feel mostly not on edge, but rushed. I woke up with a feeling I had to do well. I woke up with a feeling I had dreamt I had to do a lot of stuff. And I also need to do a lot of stuff, but most of it is fine. It's not kind of like these things, you know? It's a lot of stuff, but it's also fun. And there are a lot of things that are less fun, but not that bad. I would like to actually have my house clean, but the only reason I want my house to be clean is just so I can actually be happy with the house being clean. So if I'm just happy with the house not being clean, it's also fine. starting to balance out. I think I do actually need more stuffing. At least at the top. A little less here. Just a little clumps of stuffing. Let's divide the clumps of stuffing somewhat evenly. Let's go get some more stuffing. Apparently I had some more clumps. Need those stuffing too. Nope. I hit some. Alright, this feels fairly flexible. Not completely happy with it, but it is okay. Let's add some more stuffing. I'm actually quite happy it turned out so much better. This one can go. Don't really need it. Safety pin goes in here. This thing goes in here. There we go. Yes. Although it has a bit of a thingy there. Can always add some more. Yeah, that's a bit thin here. Let's get the stuffing down. It's here. Like I said, I've been on the complicated knots Discord lately, and that's a lot of fun. I've been watching her live streams, although they start at 4 in the morning for me. But I sometimes wake up in the middle of the night, so I can use the live stream to fall asleep. Although that's a bit hard because it's always quite interesting. But last stream I didn't even finish watching. I finally woke up at a decent time, so I caught the last part of the live stream. And because I caught the last part of the live stream up until the end, I don't really feel the need to see the beginning again. It's a shame, but I've been also watching other stuff. Yeah, that's fairly evenly spaced out. Still feeling it's not stuffed well enough in some places. Yet I did put in more stuffing than I did before, I think. You don't want to overstuff it, and you don't want to understuff it. That's a bit of a conundrum. Alright, that actually seems decent. I think I'm gonna probably keep messing around with it if I don't stuff myself. It's gonna feel different once I embroider it anyway. Alright, that is much better. I am quite happy with that. It is still somewhat big. Don't know why. Maybe I just stuffed it more than the other one. A little bit more. That's fine. That's gonna be fixed in post. Just this little misnomer. It is so close and yet so much different than the other ones. It is a pain. Gonna stuff you with your leftover bits. don't trust myself to actually have done it properly this time. Let's try to figure out a way to actually get it stuck somewhere. There we go. Alright. I think it is properly stuck. And this one's properly done. And I need to let it go because I don't know why it's so much. It feels bigger, but it is not that bigger. It's a bit longer. Not that much longer. Could try to stuff it less, but there's a certain amount of tension that's needed. This one's at least similar. I was afraid that would be a little dirty or a little bit uneven, but it seems fine. Still, weirdly enough, still a little bit longer. Not that much though. This one is significantly longer. I'm just gonna keep it. And I'm gonna wait for the yarn tomorrow. And maybe make a new one and then see if that one is actually better, and then I can always still frog this one. Can always use it for stuffing or frog it and reuse it for something else. This little leggy is done. And this one is the one I'm working on. I have a little box for stuff. Yeah. That's probably fine. You stay there. Come here. Come hither and thither. That's a weird thing to say. Come hither and thither. Dithering is a drawing technique. Let me organize my desk for a sec because it's a bit messy here. A glass of water and I don't wanna throw it. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna try to finish the leggies. I need you to not be here. I need you to be there. I need you to be here. Also can't really get these pieces to be in contact with the final pieces because some of them smell like cigarette smoke. Sometimes. Because I got some yarn from other people. Alright. Let's see. I'm gonna clear out my food because I don't feel happy that it's there, and then I will be back to crochet the surface bits and do everything else that is needed to get it done. this might be a little big. I should finish that thing I was making. Let's do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day. Alright, I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's see what we can do. Can we do a speed? I might put on my headphones because I would like to actually get stuff done and trying to, well, on one hand, trying to think through stuff helps while you're trying to fill air. On the other hand, making miles does not. I might call it a little early today. I always say that, I never do. But yeah. Last time I checked, it was 9:30. Now it's almost 10, so not gonna be that early, but I am probably gonna just speed through, so I might be a bit quiet. At the moment I'm watching a playthrough of Terraria from Sphinx SPHINX, and a Phi as in FY. Terraria blind playthrough. And it was actually quite a lot of fun. In the beginning I was getting very annoyed, mostly about inventory management and NPC management, but at some point she got the hang of it and she is quite good. Especially for a first time blind let's play playthrough of Terraria, which is quite a obfuscating game, I've noticed. I mean, I know a lot of the ins and outs, but if you never actually looked at the wiki, then it is actually quite hard to get the hang of the game. Alright, get some yarn, get to surface crocheting, or is it surface crochet? Mostly crochet embroidery more than surface crochet. I figured out a way to do it quite well. So follow the dots, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's always one tilted stitch that needs to be followed. Although this one is a bit annoying, but I think I can manage to figure out something. And then I can start with the next. Alright. I used to tie it on there in the beginning, but I figured out that that was not really necessary, because I'm gonna tie the beginning and the end together eventually. I do need to pay attention to not make mistakes. And as all things in crochet, this actually is fairly quick, except for the part that you have to finish all the ends. And that is a pain. But this is just surface crochet-ish. Don't know. I don't know. See? That's another one. Stupid fast. But if I have to finish weave in all the ends and tuck them in and stuff, it can actually take quite a while. Alright, next. What's the next one? This is the next one. There we go. Let's see if I can actually find the similar holes. This is a new one, right? I'll wait for that one. Or was this one? I don't know. At least it wasn't this one. This one is the odd one. Oh, it actually is one with the ball of yarn at the end, of course. Alright. This is the start. This is the middle. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means we have this one that goes from the one side to the other. Although this is the dividing a line. This is the one that somehow goes from the top to the bottom. Don't know if it's actually a stitch. It's probably the leftover bit of the last stitch of the round. It seems a bit tilted, but that's fine. We will work around it. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna switch off crocheting with weaving in the ends and figuring out the next step, because I haven't really figured that one out yet. So if I'm bored with weaving in ends, I'll go figure out stuff. If my brain gets too hurt, goes figuring out stuff, I will start basic crochet, and if I have the energy back, I will probably weave in some ends and then figure out something or stuff like that. To be honest, my family-in-law doesn't really know that I stream, but I don't really think they actually get the concept of streaming, even though my boyfriend has 2 brothers that are not much older than him and younger than me. So they probably know about it, but not really actively aware and or watching. They just watch TV shows. Most of them watch TV shows. Pretty much everybody I talk to watches TV shows. But on the other hand, YouTube is so big. If I actually... Well, they do watch stuff on YouTube. We did run into some stuff. I was gonna say, if I talk to people about what they watch on YouTube, if they watch YouTube, it's usually something else, because there's so much. But we actually did run into some stuff we liked. And actually with my family-in-law, so that's probably fine. 1, 2, 3... Is this number 4? No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it might be. Let's call this number 4, and I will check in a little bit. I'm gonna have to check some other stuff as well, so it doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this is the one. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Next. I'm actually hoping I have enough of this yarn. I think it's a yarn that I can get locally somewhere. So it's not a big deal if I run out, unless they don't have any, but they don't have that many chenille yarns, so the ones that do have are probably still in stock. Decently well. 1. Counting amount of stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that's the perfect amount, because then I have a nice 12 stitch to finish up the round. There we go. Alright, next. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. To be honest, I might just take them out because I don't like having to count in between each row. Just want to crochet and then measure. Crochet all of them and then measure all of them, I think. So I might just pre-measure one instead of doing all of them. I put on my headphones and I didn't put up anything because I just wanted to keep crocheting. Alright, I'm gonna push play. I apologize if I'm a bit more quiet. I've been obsessed with Terraria first playthroughs, to be honest. Blind playthroughs. Don't know why, because there's something unique about the first time you play Terraria. But I've been playing Terraria with a lot of wiki usage for quite some time. It's actually quite a complicated game. Oh, the fluffies, and I can't even weave in the yarn, weave in the ends in bed, because that gives pretty much almost as much fluffs. I did like a bit of company last time, because just like now there's nobody actually chatting, and that's fine because I do need most of my attention for this as opposed to video games and stuff. And I actually have something to talk about sometimes, although this is getting the boring end of the stick. But I always feel like I'm talking to the void after a 2-hour stream. Nobody to actually chat with. And at some point I've said all I had to say about my daily life occurrences. Alright. Let's just get as many safety pins as I can and then measure it out. I was gonna keep one in there. I'll just crochet all of them. Never mind. One, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. My fingers are starting to hurt quite a bit. Last week I had fingertips on. One, 2, 3, 4. Is it 4? No, I just can't count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. I actually have one more safety pin here. And I can check if I actually can count. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I should have some more. Not a whole lot. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there we go. Nope, I should have not taken that one out. Never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's probably fine. I also have an appointment with my new help tomorrow. And that's fairly early in the morning, so if I can't really continue with the crochet, I can probably wait it out, I guess. I have other things to do that I also need to get done. I'm gonna finish this one, crocheting. And then I'm gonna put the safety pins on the next one just to remember that that is actually another one that I'm done with. And then I'm gonna finish up the ends, try to weave in some of the ends of the other ones. And then I have 2 that are the correct length. Basically, I always have something to do, to be honest. Because now I'm starting to get 3. Like I said, the crocheting itself is actually quite fast. If I have time to spare during the day tomorrow, I might stream since I'm going to be crocheting anyway, but I also need to clean the house. Excuse me. So, I've been farting a lot lately. Noisily, weirdly enough. Sometimes it's quiet as fart, but now it has been noisy farts. Oh, lately, just today, to be honest. What was I saying? Oh, right, I might stream. If I'm solely crocheting for a couple of hours on end, I might stream, but I don't think I will. I always have other stuff to do, so. Like I said, my new help is coming, so hopefully she can help me get some stuff done in the house. Don't know what yet. Hello, Hug Ed. Hug Ed? Welcome to the stream. That's a nice name, Hug. I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you? I've been a bit hyper today, I don't know why. Usually tired all the time, but today I've been busy. Now finishing up the day with a little crochet is always a good thing. Yellow floof. Yellow floof. Oh, the soft and yellow floof. Well, it's more ochre, but it's all good. I am making... I shall show you the example. I'm making this little guy. It's a Guardian Stalker from Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's a pattern from Hannah's Crochet. And I'm making it a lot bigger. So this is the body. It's not stuffed yet. And these are all the leggies. Oh, this one is actually finished. Yeah. It's gonna be big. Very big. And it's for my brother-in-law. We do a, I'm from Holland, we do a kind of secret Santa thing. but for December the 5th. So it's a bit of a joke gift, but my family-in-law always appreciates quality joke gifts even. So that's what it's hopefully gonna be. I have 2.5 weeks left. So I'm starting to stress out, but it's fine. A little bit of stress can be a good thing. This is my first foray in, well, my first large foray in fluffy yarn, and it is a challenge. But it is also a lot of fun. It's quite a nice sensory thing to work with. Although it makes a lot of floof all the time. Thank you. It is a challenge. I upscaled the pattern, so I doubled the amount of stitches. But some things are not easily upscalable, especially the embroidery and stuff. And I tend to put too much detail in it, and if you make things bigger, there is more space for details. And it always takes more time than I should put in projects, but it is nice to make something fluffy and big. Just a lot of ends to weave in, but once you get the hang of it, it's not that much work. Do you crochet too? Or what has brought you here? There we go. Yarn, come here. A skirt. Awesome. That is holy. I always feel like crochet skirts are not covering up enough, but I never made one. I have only been crocheting for this year, seriously. So 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Do you watch what's her name? Passionate Kelsey on YouTube by any chance? She's currently the only YouTuber I know that actually crochets skirts. Oh, there are more, but I've seen her work. It looks kind of nice. Although she does more tops than skirts, to be honest. Yes, that one. This one. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah. That's the easy thing about crochet. You can just make things longer or shorter as you wish. I still feel like, well, unless you make a very thick fabric with the crochet, it will still have holes in it? Or do you just make a single crochet layer? Yeah, that doesn't surprise me that you would watch her. She makes a lot of tops and a lot of scrunchies. Her working speed is phenomenal. I have no idea how she does it. I would not have any wrists left if I did as much crochet as she did. I have double, a little bit bigger and a little bit thicker. Other way around. Please, yarn. Do you only make clothing or do you also make other things? I like crochet clothing, but I always feel like it is easier to make with just a plain piece of fabric. But that's because I don't really like rows of single crochet. Or whatever. Things that are exactly the same most of the time. Although you can do good shaping with crochet. Oh, nice. Dollies. Ah, right. Do you make them for family members or for yourself or for selling? Or just all of the above? Plushies are fun. Amigurumi is fun. And gloves are also a good idea, especially this time of year. I might need to make myself a pair of gloves. Mine are kind of done for. Alright. Gifts to friends. It's much more fun to make something for other people. Although I like making stuff for myself as well. Clothing is easier for yourself because it's easier to measure, but it also kind of depends on how fast you work, of course. Do you knit as well? Pattern that I had for this thing said to take one long strand of yarn and just thread it through. Might have been smarter, but I'm stubborn. Where's the stitch that I need? This one. Alright. There we are. Stitchy, stitchy. I have learned crochet in middle school, well, whatever, but I never did anything with it. I actually didn't really learn it, just learned chains and that's it. And then I think 2019 I tried to teach myself and made also gifts with a deadline, pretty much the same idea as what I'm making now, just a cactus. And managed to get a frozen shoulder or a shoulder issue and kind of put it down again after that. I think I picked it up the year later just for the holidays, and actually I've been properly long-term crocheting for last year. I think I did I start in April? I don't remember. I started in April, so I have had some experience before that, but I have pretty much been crocheting for I haven't last year April, so almost 2 years. And only last summer I actually decided to make something for myself, and I've been crocheting a lot ever since. Well, it's not that much. I've been crocheting a lot of time. A lot of things. A lot of unfinished projects. Well, a lot of finished projects as test pieces for other projects. Yeah, it's fun. I find it very relaxing. It's almost it's very meditative, but it's also obsessive sometimes because I don't have that much space and I have a lot of yarn around me at the moment and a lot of ideas, and a lot of those I think I will actually do. So it's a very enjoyable hobby. I can also knit, but knitting lends itself to straight pieces of, well, flat fabric. I've learned there are more techniques, but I never really tried those. Crocheting lends itself to a lot more stuff. Been crocheting for 3 or 4 years. Yeah, the breaking crocheting is healthy too. At some point it will come back. I find it an interesting hobby because you can actually make a lot of different things. It lends itself to so many possibilities. Alright. Because you can do home decoration, but you can also do clothing. You can do dolls, you can do all kinds of stuff. I have made a lot of nets to keep my yarn in. It's also very practical. You can crochet with pretty much anything. Theoretically. Alright, I'm gonna measure this one. And then I'm probably gonna call it for today because it's 10:30 here already. I do need to check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. That's the one. Have you made a lot of things in for those 3 or 4 years? Oh, nice. You stream too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's my other pins and needles? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. Is that the first thing you were making for yourself? 1, 2, 3, 4. At least the first big thing. 6 or 7 cow plushies is a lot of cow plushies. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are so many awesome patterns out there. Ah, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, cardigan is a lot of work. Those things are big. I'm thinking of making a cardigan, but too big for me to actually start on. I have a yarn that I would like to make something with. Don't know where I have it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I bought it as an impulse and now I have to do something with it. Otherwise, it's such a shame. It's easier to make clothes for yourself, because otherwise you have to keep measuring people. Hey! Hello, Mark. You're here too. Welcome to the stream. I'm not gonna be here long, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am currently multi-streaming with Restream on YouTube and Twitch. And I currently have 1 viewer on Twitch and 1 viewer on YouTube. So I am sorry if I reply to somebody on the other pattern. It is supposed to be on screen, so I don't know if it stays long enough to actually follow. Oh, nice. I wasn't planning on making a cardigan at the moment, but I might remember that for a later date, alright? You can also give me a link. I can't add you at the moment. That's a shame. I'm doing fine, Mark. Thank you. How are you? I've almost got his leggies done. Well, need to weave in ends, as you do. But I have one done. It's gonna be big. There we go. Oh, don't pull on the yarn too much. Let's see. I have prepared this one. I'm not happy with this one. No. I'm happy with this one, but I want to keep it this way. I'm not happy with this one. And I'm done with this one. Yeah, I had... How many did I have? I have 1 done, right? I've been making about 2 a day since last stream. Well, I only needed 6, so that was... Well, it was more than 3 days work. And I remade this one, Don't tell anybody, but it was too big. They work up fairly fast, but the embroidery is gonna take a little while. And the weaving in the end's gonna take a little while as well. Because it's bigger than the rest. The ones that have been embroidered are stretched a bit, so it's not really fair. So you can't really see it, but it is actually longer and thicker than all the other ones. I did remake this one. It was actually a lot longer and a lot thicker than the rest. So I had to remake it, but now I'm still unhappy with this one and I'm trying to get over it. Because you're probably not gonna notice, but I still don't. Still bothers me. But I'm gonna not let it bother me as long as possible and hopefully it will be fine. Yeah, but battling with the dark yarn. I'm done with all the feetsies. Look at all the feetsies. The little chicken feet. Little claws. Ah, nice. Is that is the waistband the last part of the pattern? Or is it the... Everything big takes time, especially with somewhat thinner yarn. No, and no, doesn't show on camera. I can feel it though. but it's probably not going to show up. Just my perfectionism getting in the way. So I'm trying to decide whether it's actually going to bother me, especially when I'm done embroidering everything. But it's probably not, but it might. But it's probably not, but it might. Yeah, every new pattern takes a bit longer. Especially new parts of the new pattern. But single crochets in a round is decently easy to do. Should get my OBS interface a bit nicer. I don't know how to... Alright, I'm gonna point in the screen. This text I put on there to make it a bit more clear when people from YouTube and Twitch were talking, just to make it clear for the other side, but I can't move it. I can only make it smaller or bigger. Don't know why. It's a function of restream, I believe. And my camera is accidentally up to here. I was actually hoping to be able to move the text up that way, but hey, visual effects. Nice. I have no editing skills and no skills in that regard, so I would have liked it to be there. I could cut off the camera, but I would need to make an overlay and yeah, can't be bothered. Nothing interesting. But if it's not really readable, this is actually the first time people from YouTube and Twitch have been talking to me at the same time, so it has never really been an issue before. But back to the leggies, back to the project on stream. Yeah. Alright, that's nice to hear. Thank you. I like the visual effects that I can sometimes push the text away. It's funny, it actually works. That's nice. Yeah. I did not do that on purpose. That was an accident. It was completely accidental. I get very distracted. And I'm still distracted, sorry. But I will probably be fine with this leg. I'm not gonna remake it. I have frogged this one and it was a pain in the ass. This yarn is Lummy yarn. Lummy is, I don't know if it's a Dutch brand. Show them. This frog's fine. And it's very soft, very nice, very smooth. You're not supposed to frog it too often, but it is froggable. Thanks, Mark. And that works fine. If I need to frog it, it is possible. This stuff is Toucan from Hobby. It's almost like rubber. It frogs awful. Yeah, that's true. I know. But I've never made anyone. Yeah, especially when embroidered, I'm probably not gonna notice. I can feel it though. It's softer. I can sense it too. I hate perfectionism. It is not useful at all. No, they're stuffed. Just regular fiber fill. They are gonna be attached on the body and probably with some a wire to attach them. So you disagreed being perfectionism is a menace? Being perfectionistic. What's the sentence I'm trying to say? Perfectionism is a pain? Do you disagree with that? So they should be bendable and posable. Now they're just floofy. You can slap somebody with them. That's kind of fun. Where's my test friend? My test friend has one leggy too. Although it's not... Yeah, he said something like that. 42 more rows. Do you want to count how long it takes you to do one row? You said it was a row of single crochet. So it is something at least you don't have to think about. I like having different projects in different stages. Some projects you can actually use your brain for, like this. Some projects you can actually zone out. I made a shirt or a top that I could just zone out while doing rounds, which was very nice to relax with. Very nice to, yeah, just chill. Crochet is a very comforting hobby. I have too much stuff. I also made a little roly-poly. I'm probably gonna go to bed soon, like in 5 minutes or so. I don't feel like weaving in the ends. Me too! It's a pattern from Complicated Knots on YouTube. And it is quite a hard pattern, but it's a lot of fun because they can actually be rolled up. But I didn't know if it would work, so I didn't give it safety eyes, so now it's looking sad at me. Yeah, CK pattern. Complicated Knots. You should grab some food. It is almost 10 at night for you, probably. I'm guessing. Is it dinner food or snack food? Our patterns are a lot of fun to make, but this one was a challenge. The frickin' slip stitches on slip stitches on slip stitches are horrendous. Oh, don't leave. But Hug, if you go stream, I might see you again. If I can figure out how, I will probably subscribe or whatever it's called on Twitch to you just to see if you stream at another time that I actually am gonna be watching, because I'm kind of curious. Do need to figure out how to. Oh, I so do not like. Yeah, follow. Thank you. I will try to follow you too if I can freaking figure out the Twitch app. Probably can't. It's such a pain. Have fun streaming though. Sorry, distracted by Twitch app. How can I see what I am currently doing? And where chat is? No. Thank you! I'm finally getting people. It's much more fun with people. It's kind of lonely to be doing this by myself. There we go. Nice. I am usually streaming about this time on Wednesday, but I didn't have time tomorrow, so decided to stream today. Alright, I am going to call it. I am going to have to go to bed. I might be back tomorrow during the day, which is a lot earlier than this, but probably not. I probably have stuff to do. I always have stuff to do. So then I will be back next week on Wednesday. Yeah. You have a good night and a good stream too. And have a good snack, Mark. And I will talk to y'all later. Goodbye and good night.